Hi, my name is Malcolm Clemens Young, and I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. And this is my More Good News broadcast for the second week of March. This week, Cornel West, a controversial African-American professor, moved from Harvard University to Union Seminary after the Harvard University was basically not granting him a quick tenure. And I followed this case really closely because Cornel West was one of my teachers and has been a profound influence on my life. I took a few of his courses, but the one I remember most was called Erasmus, Hume, Schopenhauer and Royce. It was a powerful course. It was a small seminar about despair and hopelessness in philosophy. And what it allowed me to see is just how powerful the forces of despair are for people of color, for people, especially African Americans who are enslaved in this country, and how hard it is to face such deeply entrenched and institutionalized racism with anything but a sense of despair and hopelessness. But the other things that I appreciated so much about Dr. West was, like Martin Luther King Jr., race wasn't the only thing he talked about. He talks about race. It's not so much an interpersonal matter, it's also an institutional matter. And so he had a lot to say about what he calls predatory capitalism. He talks a lot about aggressive militarism, about the way the United States is arming other countries and exercising military dominion overseas. And he also talked about the rising powers of authoritarianism. But one of the things I still love most about Cornel West, though, is just his ability to express himself and just the sheer joy that he takes in the intellectual tradition. So figures from Ralph Waldo Emerson all the way to John Coltrane and everywhere in between. He loves literature, loves the life of the mind, loves philosophy, and he communicates that energy so powerfully to his students. And perhaps the most important thing of all, though, is the way that he interacted with his students. When he would see me on campus and we would run into each other, he would say, "Hey, Brother Malcolm," and he would talk to me about what my life was like. He made me equal to him, a full professor in the university, in the way he treated me and the way he talked to me. There are very few people who are as passionate about democracy. And democracy, in order to work, requires us to have a strong sense of equality and human dignity. And in the world, he's that person who's helping us to see the very values this country were founded on, that we have not been able to live into, but which are so important. So I'm grateful to God for my teacher and Professor Cornel West, and I wish him the best at Union Seminary. I know we're going to continue to hear great things from him, great and controversial things too. Thanks very much for watching.